And here we are moving on to number one back here in US Bank, beautiful stadium. My favorite stadium in the NFL, never been. I've seen it from the outside, but I've never been inside. Always wanted to go. Love the glass. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. This is home to is now called, hold on. I have to take a moment. Moment of silence for the biggest achievement in Bills history, which was the 1993 wild card playoff game, in which the Bills came back down 35-3 early in the second quarter. It was the greatest comeback in NFL history, led them to make their third consecutive Super Bowl, and it was dubbed the comeback. It's hard when a great game is named a name like that can be taken away from us so soon, only after a measly 29 years, 11 months. Rest in peace, Bills comeback. You are no longer the greatest comeback of all time. Because the stupid Indianapolis Colts couldn't hang on to it for you. Let's look at the stats. I know I asked for a moment of silence, and I just talked through the whole thing, but I meant silence from everyone else, not from me. I'm allowed to keep talking. This is my show. The Colts at halftime are winning, as you can see, 17-16, 33-0. Kirk Cousins was throwing some interceptions. He threw a pick six. There was a blocked punt. Am I right on that? For a touchdown. Colts had a beautiful 1-for-4 from the red zone. The Vikings were obviously the far superior team, but the Colts were keeping it alive. They scored some touchdowns. They had, a drive. They had 2 freebie touchdowns. They had lots of field goals. And once again, as the theme of Week 15, just one more play. Please. This wasn't one more score. This wasn't any. This was one. This wasn't even one more play. This wasn't even one more yard. This was one more half yard, Colts. Just one. Come on. And then you talk even more about how insane it is that Matt Ryan, 60,000 yards, top 7 passer yards in NFL history. 2016 MVP, I believe it was 2016. 2016 NFC Championship. Up 28-3 in the Super Bowl, and he lost. Greatest comeback in Super Bowl history. And he just couldn't let it be. Couldn't let bygones be bygones. I don't even know what that word means. Someone tell me what a bygone is. Matt Ryan came out up 33-0. 25 points was not enough. Let's make it 33. And we're going to blow that lead. Zach Moss, their leading rusher, traded to them by the Bills mid-season. He had a fumble, led to a Vikings touchdown. The game had 7 straight Colts scores to open. Ended with 6 straight Vikings scores. The Colts drive down the field. They have the ball. They give it up. Instant play. Just like that. It was right there that they went for it on 4th. I sit here and ponder. What the heck were you doing? With 2 minutes and 31 seconds left, they have the ball on Minnesota's 36-yard line. They're right there, right there. And it was not a 4th and 1. It may not have been a 4th and inches, but it was definitely a 4th and a half. And I swear he got that first down. I don't know. I'm surprised no one's talked about the fact that there were a couple situations, and I'll give it to this. There were a lot of situations in this game where the refs were just blowing the whistle really early, over and over and over again. It was insane. So you kind of exchange it, right? Like if there's a terrible call by the official, which there was in this game, in which Zach Moss fumbles the ball, and the Vikings scooped and scored it, but they blew the whistle out. They blew it dead. So these refs were, I don't know, whistle happy. Blowing the whistle. 1 second. Blow the whistle. Oh, hold on. Oh, did they make contact? They were playing like thud. They were playing thud football. Like the second there was some sort of contact wrap-up, it was just done. Not waiting for players to go down. There were a couple fumbles. I believe there was one that should have been a scoop and score, but they called forward progress. And then there was another in which they called him down and they blew a whistle. And because they called him down and blew a whistle, they couldn't give him the scoop and score, but they could give him the ball. But after all of that, Colts still had a chance. They got an interception. 3 and out real quick. And why don't we throw the ball? Why don't we throw it after we get the ball? I know they were in their own end zone, but I think they threw 2 incomplete passes after they got an interception. You're just running against the clock. That's it. You're running against the clock, and I'm sitting there, and I said in the beginning of this game, the Colts are going to win. And then it was 10-0, 17-0, 33-0, and I'm laughing. I nailed it. I called it. And then as it started coming back, it turned away from me cheering for the Colts just for my pride and for the idea that I think the Vikings are frauds. Because I saw a beautiful stat the other day that showed teams, if you flipped their one-score games, and the Vikings were 1-11. They've only won one game by more than one score. And some of these wins, 33-0, came back and won. Inches from a first down that would have ended the game. That I think he actually got. Josh Allen fumbling the ball in the end zone on a snap. They win the game. They come back from 10 down against the Commanders, and they win the game. I know everyone's piling on the Vikings that they're the fraud team. They have the probably the best skill position in the league. Osborne shows out. Jefferson is undeniably great. Cook is good. Thielen, always solid. Hawkinson, one of the better tight ends in the league. Great team. Kirk Cousins, just pick who to throw it to. And they're 11-3. So who's to say they're bad? They have a +1 point differential. How are you 11-3? And so I wanted the Colts win so bad. The Colts are the team that beat the Chiefs. They blew the game against the Eagles. They should have beat the Eagles. They could have beat the Eagles. I shouldn't say should because they didn't, right? And now they play the Vikings. They're winning 33-0. And not only do I have to watch a team that I think just shouldn't be winning all these games win again. And I'm still sore about the Bills game earlier this year. And then I have to watch, and I make the call. I think the Colts are going to do it. I really like the Colts earlier this year, and that's all stupid. And then finally, I have to lose the greatest thing the Bills organization has ever done. Lose that record. Rest in peace. All because Matt Ryan can't fall forward an inch. And then, even after that touchdown, the Colts still had a chance, which is just so funny. 3 yards, 4 yards, 3 plays, punt it. And then the Vikings, no yards. And then I started thinking, okay, well, hold on a second. If they tie, it's not a comeback. They would have come back to tie. So then I was on team tie. I gave up on the Colts. I was on team tie, cheering for the tie. Colts are going to become the first team in NFL history to get 2 ties. That's exciting. They punt. Colts get the ball back. They punt it too. And then, with time running out, field goal, they win. Good job. Good job, Vikings. They are going to win the North. If they didn't just clinch it, I believe they clinched the North. And I'm still calling this one. The Minnesota Vikings are going to lose. No, because they're probably going to get the first round. No, they're not going to get the first round bye. The Minnesota Vikings are going to lose. Man, who do they play? They would either play the Commanders or the Giants. No, they won't lose that game. They'll lose in the divisional round. I keep thinking that they're going to lose in the divisional round to the Buccaneers. But the Buccaneers will probably lose to the Cowboys. So, all my dreams are not coming true with that. I kept thinking that the Vikings would lose to Tom Brady, even though they're going to be like, what? 8-9, 7-10, 6 and they're going to make it at 6-11. Think the Buccaneers are going to make it at 6-11? They're going to lose out. Either way, the Vikings did it. I'm licking my wounds. This is a sad game for me. Congratulations, Vikings fans. I always liked the Vikings. So it's just been a bad year for me and the Vikings. We've had an on and off relationship. We've been fighting a lot, arguing and everything. I don't know. It was a tough year. It's okay. Good job, Kirk. 460 yards. That's a lot of yards. Holy crap. I believe he got sacked a lot, though. Good job. I'm happy for you. The Vikings get this win, and it just seems like all of their career of luck. The 4 lost Super Bowls in the 70s. The missed short field goal. I mean, they had the Minneapolis Miracle, so that's something, but it feels like that missed field goal to go to the Super Bowl that they should have gone to, because they're the better team. Carter's good. Moss was good. That was Randall Cunningham. And Gary... Who was it? Gary Anderson? One of the best kickers ever? At least at the time. One of the oldest kickers ever. He missed it. Chip shot. So the Vikings are getting all their love back. All their sports curse. They should win one. So, good job. And good job for a great week. The greatest, but possibly one of the greatest sports week. And I'd be a fool not to talk about the other football game that happened. Argentina wins. Messi gets it. Winning 2-0. I turned it on. I looked at it like, oh, okay. I'm here in the West Coast. It's 8:30 when I wake up, and they're game's already pretty much over in my mind, up 2-0, and then, hey, penalty kick, 2-1. Immediately after, 2-2. Woo! Then they get their goal. Crazy. Then immediately after that, penalty kick again. But Argentina pulls it out. That was crazy. What a great sports week. People will remember the December 17th and 18th weekend as a great sports week, at least in the world of football as well as in football. Thanks for watching. Good job, Vikings. Congratulations to all the teams that won these ridiculous football games, especially you Raiders. And sorry, Colts, Patriots, and Cowboys. Make sure to like and subscribe. We'll see you next time.